Hello everyone, Skits here and welcome to a new video. Now today I wanted to tell you about 5 things I really enjoy about Fallout 4. Now this video was a bit inspired by MXR who did a similar video, so make sure you check his video out as well. And now let's get to it. So starting off, we've got Gunplay. Now when I compare it to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, it feels a lot better. Now the game plays more like a first-person shooter rather than RPG with guns. The combat is now fun, instead of boring chore that it was in Fallout 3 and sometimes in New Vegas. I mean, in Fallout 3 we didn't even have iron sights, and now we have a game that feels like an FPS shooter more and more. When it comes to the VAD system, I first thought that I would really hate it, but I actually do like it. It actually makes the game more tactical than I thought it would, because now that it only slows time, you can actually wait for an opponent to be in a different position. For example, if he's hiding behind cover, you can wait for a few seconds in VADs until he pops out his head, and then you can try to shoot him with a higher chance of hitting him. Now even outside of VADs, like I said, Gunplay is just amazing. If I had to compare it, it kinda reminded me of the Rage gameplay. I'm not sure if you guys played that game, but the Gunplay feels similar to that one. And that game is from ID Software, which were the guys that made the original Doom, if I am correct. So yeah, the gunplay in their games is great, and so it is in Fallout as well. So definitely great improvement from Bethesda. My second favorite thing in new Fallout is the new world and its exploration. Now, Fallout 3's Capital Wasteland was pretty good, same goes to the Mojave in New Vegas, but if I had to choose one out of the last 3 games, I would say that I like Commonwealth most. I mean, the world now feels a lot more alive, it is not as devastated as it was in Fallout 3. There are actually tons of different parts of Wasteland that you can visit, for example cities like Cambridge or Lexington or the Diamond City itself, and there are also some other deserted parts like the Glowing Sea that reminded me of the Capital Wasteland. And generally there are lots of different parts of this world that you can explore. If I had to say one thing that kinda defines Fallout for me, it would be the world and its exploration. I mean, if the world of Fallout was not as good as it was in the previous games and in this one, I think it wouldn't be as popular as it is at the moment. And in Fallout 4 the world is really great and I actually have a lot of fun exploring it. Now the next feature I like is very personal and I was looking forward to it ever since the game was released, and that is the building system. Now I know that a lot of people don't really like it because it seems like Bethesda made it in the later parts of development and is not as fleshed out as it could be, but I personally can see a lot of potential in it. I mean, I know that a lot of people kinda make fun of Fallout that it is turning into Sims or Minecraft, but I think that this feature just adds another layer to the Fallout gameplay, and I had a lot of fun building my settlement. I mean, there are tons of things you can craft, there are tons of different ways in which you can build your settlement. You can make it a fortress, a farm, a military settlement. I mean, I saw some settlements that look like prison, and really it's just crazy how much of potential this feature has. And now there are also tons of mods for it, and when the creation kit is released, I can't even imagine what kind of stuff people will make. Now another thing I also like when it comes to building settlements is also the whole settlements connection. I mean, you can build trade routes between settlements, you can take over lots of raider infested locations and turn them into new settlements with lots of new people. And I really like that there is a sort of a connection between each settlement, and it really feels like you are unifying the wasteland. Another thing I also really enjoy about Fallout are the new graphics. Now when I'm talking about graphics, I don't mean the quality of the textures or the models. What I'm talking about is the general art and the feeling of the new wasteland. I mean, like I said in one of my previous videos, I was not very satisfied with how Fallout 3 and New Vegas looked. I did not like the green and yellow tint they both had, and I prefer the colorful wasteland that we have now. I mean, it is over 200 years after the bombs dropped, and I think that people would already start rebuilding the wasteland by that time, and that the wasteland would be a bit safer place to live, and you can really see that in this new wasteland. I mean, there are lots of colors, there are lots of different locations with different graphics, and even when it comes to the quality of graphics, it is not that bad like people say. I personally do enjoy it. I mean, of course, these graphics are not on a Witcher 3 level, but they are still pretty good for a Bethesda game. They definitely look better than the Skyrim graphics, and I still think that Fallout 4 looks like a 2015 game. And the last and final big thing I really like about Fallout are the new characters and interactions with them, which also include the voice protagonist. Now in previous Fallouts your protagonist was not voiced, and I think that all the people that want to roleplay are fine with that. but I personally think that voiced protagonist was a good step forward from Bethesda, even though it was not implemented as good as it could be, but I still do enjoy overall voice acting of the main protagonist. I think that voice actor did a really good job, even though you're not playing yourself anymore but a certain character that Bethesda created. Now when it comes to characters, I also liked almost all of the side characters I met. I mean, I love Hancock, Piper, Kate, and almost every companion that you can meet. There are also some other side characters that I really enjoyed, like the killer robot in Good Neighbor that sells you weapons. I mean, I always enjoy interacting with that one. Or for example, Kent that you can find in Memory, then also sends you on tons of different quests, and I just overall enjoyed his character. And there are also tons of other characters that I did like, but I don't really want to mention them since I don't want you guys to be spoiled about any interesting characters that you did not meet yet. And another thing I also like that kinda ties to that one is the interaction with them. The new cutscenes look really amazing. I mean, thanks to the fact that the protagonist is voiced, the Bethesda could kinda change cameras each time one of the characters spoke, and all these new angles, animations, and just generally cutscenes when you're talking to people are really good looking. And I did enjoy that. Now I would say that these are the 5 main things I really like about Fallout. Now there are also tons of other smaller things that I do enjoy, like the new crafting system, companion system, or the main story as well. But I really didn't want to make a top 10 for this because it would just seem I really love the game. Even though I personally think it has its problems, that's why I'm also going to make a second video about 5 things I do not like. That will be posted short after this one. And also I felt like the top 10 would just have a lot of unnecessary small things that I don't think really deserve a separate mention, and that those things should be just an integral part of every RPG. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, tell me what you think about it in the comments, subscribe for more Fallout 4 content, and I will see you next time.